Hey guys, I can't thank you enough for tuning in and watching these number talks. I think it's really important that although we're not in school right now, that we're still using these tools to help us. So again, with friendly numbers, we want to think of this as a tool. It helps us notice the relationships between numbers. So by now, you've probably recognized that 8 plus 2 or 2 plus 8 will always get you to that friendly or landmark numbers. Now, when we start to recognize relationships between numbers, that's when we become more accurate, more flexible, and much more efficient with our thinking. So again, 0 is a very easy number to work with, and then that's our goal when we use this strategy. So today I'm going to start with an equation that begins with a 0, or I'm sorry, has a 0 in its place. So I have 80 plus 5. So this number is expanded notation. It's the same as 85 because I had 8 rods and 5 units. So that's another way that I can think about it. So we have expanded notation, standard form, and this is called base 10 form when we get to use those tools. This next equation is going to include 3 addends. Again, my focus is still to use that tool of getting to a friendly number. It's going to help us become much more efficient and accurate. So I have 78 plus 2 plus 3. All right, can you tell somebody really quick which number are you going to add to 78? We know that's our biggest addend. Are you going to be adding the 2 or the 3? Now, if you're telling me on the camera, can you tell me why? Why did you choose that? All right, I think I heard you guys say 2, right? So 78 plus 2, you knew that 8 plus 2 equals 10, so 78 plus 2 equals 80. And then 80, I can add 3 more. I want you to capture it with me. So we have 80, 81, 82, 83. All right, nice job, guys. For this next equation, I want you to find what was the similarity with the previous equation. So it's similar, but not exactly the same. It's 78 plus 5. Could we recognize this 5? What else could that have been broken up into? Do you remember our last equation? It was 78 plus 2 plus 3. So we can still use those same digits in our mental math number talk. We can do 78 plus 2 equals 80. And then 80 plus the 3 again. This is a number in expanded notation. 80 plus 3 equals 83. All right, this next equation, both addends have 2 digits. Our focus is to find a place where we can make a friendly number. So with the addend 78, I know 78 is very close to a friendly number. We want to get to those numbers that are easy to work with. So let's start decomposing our 15. Although I know this is made up of a 10, let's go ahead and think of it in another way. If I did 78 plus 10, that would equal 88. We can do that as well. I still have the 8 in my ones place, so I can still make that friendly number, and this time maybe I'll decompose just the 5. So we use these 2, and maybe we do 88 plus 2 equals 90, and what would be left over when we decompose the 5, when we took 2 away from it? If you remember, we had 3 left over. So then we would add 90 plus 3, which is just the expanded form of 93. Right, so our last equation was 78 plus 15. Now, if you remember that 78 plus 15 equals 93, I want you to hold on to that and see if you could use that schema, that background knowledge to help you with this next equation. It's just a little bit different. 78 plus 17. Okay, can we use our knowledge from before? We knew 78 plus 15 equaled 93. Well, if I'm looking at this other addend, 17 is just 2 different than 15. So I can use mental math and say, well, if 78 plus 15 equals 93, if I added 2 more, 78 plus 17, my sum should be 95. Let's go ahead and take a look and make sure. So again, I'm experimenting with maybe adding this 10 first and then making that friendly number. We can do it either way as long as our focus is to get that one of these digits as a 0. So if I did decompose this into a 78 and have a 10 and a 7, I would do 78 plus 10 equals 88. Notice that only my tens place is changing. So I've used these 2. I don't want to add 88 plus 7. Instead, I want to decompose the 7 so that I can get closer to a friendly number. So if I'm not sure, 88, let's say I don't remember, 8 plus what number equals 10, I can grab 88 and I can count up to the next friendly number. So I can do 88 89, 90. I know that I needed 2 more to get to that friendly number. So I'm gonna put 288 plus 2 equals 90. And if I'm not sure 2 plus what equals 7 or 7 minus 2 equals blank, I can grab it, 7, 6, 5. When I take away 2 from 7, it equals 5. So 90 plus 5 equals 95. I hope these explanations were helpful for my friends, and if there's something I can do better or something else that you guys want to see, please just message me on Class Dojo.